And with the national anthem finished, the players take the field, and we are ready to go. As mentioned before, Mike Marciaso, the leading goals and point scorer for the entire league, tied with Jordan Lydia. Players on the Niagara Knights, Andy Hine and Kimball Denaire. They are the leading goal scorers and leading point scorers for the Knights. Lots of action coming up today. We have multiple games, 4 in the men's OCAA championship. This game finished featuring the Niagara Knights and the Fanshawe Falcons, but we have the Fleming Knights, Humber Hawks, University of Mississauga Eagles, Algonquin College, the Sheridan Bruins, and Cambrian Golden Shields in this men's OCA tournament. And the Knights, will start the game with first possession. And the whistle is good, and the game is underway. The winner of this game will advance to the winners semifinals and play against the winner of the Fleming Humber match coming up after this. And the losers will move into the constellation to play the loser of said match as well. Straight off the gate, moving down into the Fleming College, to the Falcons zone. The Knights working around their own end. They move it down the left side of the field. Fanshawe. The Falcons are in white, and they move it down into the rapid zone. Cross, but that's caught by the keeper. Keeper will play it out, and they're going to clear it downfield into the Rapids. Ball and play down the right side of the field.
Niagara Knights.
Or
that's what the name of it, the team. Okay.
That ball out of play. And the Falcons throw it in. Immediately taken back by the Knights. Scramble for the ball. That's going to go out of play. And another throw-in will commence. Throw in for the Falcons. That's headed into center play. Falcons pushing it up the field, but an offside is called. Almost a scoring chance for the Falcon. That was Kimball Danier, the leading goal scorer for the Knights. For the Knights, correct. With a chance, but not quite. The ball is chased down and put back in play. Loose ball in center field. Falcons player looking for a call, but he does not get it. Ball outside. That's being played by Brent Anderson. He moves it to center for David Harim Duke. They move it up to Daniel. Up the right side. Here come the Falcons. Falcons controlling the ball in the center. They swing it to the left side of the field. Chad Gopal, he keeps it in play, and he moves it back to center field. They give it back to Daniel. He's challenged. Contact, but no call on the play, and the Rapids move it up. The Knights move it up. Ball in center field. Falcons regain control. They move it down the left side of the field. Again, that's Brent. They give it back to him. He's looking. They chip it into their own zone, and that's easily taken back by the Knights. Scramble for the play. The Falcons regain control. They're going to move it back to center field. Turnover, and the Knights down the left side. Contact on the play. The ball is out, and the Falcons will regain possession. The Falcons team averaging 3 goals a game. That largely on the part of Mark Mariaso. Change of ball, and the Falcons throw it in. Controlling the pace.
No.
That's Enek Barim. Knights try and clear it out, but it's kept in their zone.
For now, I'm gonna leave it unplugged.
Again, Falcons with the throw-in.
Yeah?
Pressing Niagara in their own end. The Rapids. That was Andrew Gravette. He tries clearing it. It's blocked. The Falcons move it to the center. Down the right. They give it to Chris Brady. He controls at the left side. Back to center. Chris. And the Falcons clear it up the center. And that ball is turned over. Kimball Denaire, leading goal scorer for the Knights. He turns it over. The Falcons moving up the left side. Contact on the play. And there will, in fact, be a foul. Clear holding. That was on number 9, Mark Marciosa. And it does look like there will be a free kick. Chance for the Falcons, the first of the game. It will be a crossing from the top of the key. Following this game at 12:30, make sure you tune in for the Fleming Knights and the Humber Hawks to go at it. The cross is in, and immediately that's headed out. Chance for the Falcons, but that goes high and wide, and an easy goal kick for the keeper coming up. So far, no real opportunities for either team, but the Falcons, without question, controlling the pace of the game so far. Ball is cleared to center. The Knights try to control it, but it goes out of play, but they will retain possession. Change on the call. The Falcons are awarded the ball. That's Daniel Romero. He clears it, and it goes long. Another kick for the keeper. A windy day here at Centennial Field. You can already see that when players try to place the ball for a free kick, it moves on its own. So that's definitely going to play throughout the game. And there's the kick. That's controlled by Kimball Dunier. They move it up to Aaron Grant. But that ball goes out of play. Falcons with the quick throw-in. They give it to Alberto. He's challenged on the right side. Alberto, he gets the cross in. Mike with the play. He's challenged. Scramble in front. And it's going to be cleared by the Knights. Another possible chance for the Falcons, but they cannot capitalize. But then again, we are only 7.5 minutes into the game. Knights with the throw-in. Aaron Grant can't control it, but they retain possession. And they're going to move back into their own end. Challenge for the ball. Falcons regain control, and they're going to give it back to their keeper. Moving the ball around to center. They have numbers. That's Chad Gopal. He's challenged. Foul on the play, and the Knights will be given the ball. Goal kick from the top of the key. So far, neither team with a real opportunity to score, but we'll see if that changed. Deep kick right into the Falcons zone. That's headed out. Knights throw it in. That's Mensud Zulum. He crosses it outside, and that ball goes long. Back to the Falcons. Deep throw into center. Again, that ball going out. Falcons will throw in. Fanshawe slowly pushing the ball up. That ball repeatedly being thrown and then being kicked out, but Fanshawe gaining ground. They give it to Alberto. That ball again going out. And another throw in. Into throw in. Challenge on the ball. Alberto will pick it up. He moves it inside the mic. He takes a shot, but it's an easy save by the keeper. And the Knights will come the other way. Deep goal kick to center. That's picked up by number 8, Brandon Mendez. Moving it up the right side. Inside cross, but that's taken in by the Knights. And back the other way we go. So far, the Knights struggling to keep possession for long. It's been the Falcons' game thus far, but the Knights looking to capitalize this opportunity. Throw into the Falcons' end. Immediately, that's taken back by number 17, David Harim Duke. The Knights trying to find an opening. Kimball Denaire. He's challenged and a foul on the play. So there will be a free kick coming up. Again, Andy Hine and Kimball Denaire. Leading goal and point scorers for this Knights team. They will need to come up big if they hope to win this game. Again, there you see the weather moving that ball out of position for the free kick. And here we go. Cross inside. That's immediately headed out. Alberto with the fancy move. And he's going to move that up. Here come the Falcons. Moving down the left side. That is Chad. He crosses it inside. But nobody there to play it. And the Knights come back the other end. Yves Lotana, he chases that down, but is beaten to it by the Falcons team. The Knights moving around. Give and go, fancy play. Good passing on the front of the Falcons team. That ball goes out of play, but there will be a throw-in. Brent Anderson. Back to Brent. He chips that inside. But it'll be an easy take for the Knights team. And they clear that back to center. Well, immediately back inside. Alberto, challenge on the ball. Alberto winning that. They move it inside to Chad. Chad challenged by the keeper. And that ball goes out of play. And it will be a free kick. Goal kick. Fanshawe team averaging 3 goals a game. One of the leading goal-scoring teams throughout this season, and they're showing it with their dominant performance on the offensive end right here. Chad, he crosses that in. He's looking. Nobody there, but that ball cleared all the way down the field. And the Falcons look to reset. They move it up the right side. That was Brent Anderson. Back to Brent. Inside to Daniel. Daniel looking. Gives it back to Brent. The Falcons being challenged in their own end, but retain possession. Challenge center field. The header. That's saved by Alberto. Back to Daniel. Andrew Gravett. He moves that down the left side. Brent Anderson will move it up to Chad. He puts that in the corner. David Harim Duke, nice move, but a bit too strong and he loses possession, but that's retaken by Chad. He's looking. Daniel, inside, oh, it hits the crossbar. Fantastic save from the Knights keeper. He's holding his wrist, possible injury. Falcons coming down the field. That ball challenged. Lots of contact on the play. Knights will have to throw in. Knights keeper signaling he is okay. But the officials will check in to see if there is an injury. First shot from the Falcons, and it nearly goes in, hitting top of the crossbar. And the Knights will commence with the free kick. That is Charlie. To Joshua. Scramble inside, and the Falcons will clear. And the Knights with space. Here they go. They try chipping it into Joshua. He's challenged. Ball out of play, and it is last touch, the Knights. Goal kick for the Fanshawe Falcons. Mike Marciosia, only in his second year here at Fanshawe, yet he leads the league in both points and goals. The Niagara Knights beating Centennial 1-0 to advance. But this Falcons team has yet to experience a loss this season. So their backs are up against the wall. Misplay on the Knights. Chad inside. Ball movement from the Falcons. Top of the key. Jamal misplays it, and the Knights move it up the field. Retaken by the Falcons in their own end. Up the right side. Taken back by the Falcons, and they take it back by the Knights. They work the ball up the right side of the field. Scramble on the play. Retained by the Falcons, and now they have numbers. They try chipping it into Mike Marciaso, but that is intercepted, and ball out of play. Knights will throw in.
No worries, man. Thanks.
Ball center of the field. Daniel chips it up. Out of play. Knights throwing. Challenge right side of the field. That ball is chipped inside the Falcon zone. They regain possession and they move it around. That's Brent Anderson. He moves it in. Falcons regain control, left side of the field. And Brent Anderson crosses that back into the Niagara zone. Mike forcing the pickup from the keeper. And it will be a goal kick. Contact on the header, but another player makes contact with the ball. The Falcons moving up the right side. Cedric in the corner. He's looking. They move back out. Challenge on the ball. Contact. And there is a foul. Argument ensuing, and there is a card on the field. Given to, I believe, number 25 of the Knights. No, not quite. Not quite sure which player, but a yellow card is awarded on the field. Number 7, I believe it was Charlie Dose with the card. There will be a free kick.
Thanks. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh, bro, brother. It's so better already. All right. Cheers.
The official flashing that yellow card once more. And still a conversation seems to be ensuing between the official and the player. That's going to result in some extra time at the end of the game.
Yep.
But it seems we're ready to go. And play commences. The cross is in. And that's going to be long. No touch on the play. Goal kick for the keeper. So the player who was awarded the yellow card was Quinton Leone. So he will have to be careful down the line. Contact off the kick. Scramble for the ball. There is a call. Knights with the kick. They cross that down, looking for Joshua Collins. There's contact on the play, and that's kicked out. And the Knights will be awarded a free kick. The Knights now with an opportunity to score. Correction, that looks like it will be a throw-in from Joshua Collins, who was fixing his sneakers. So that will be a throw-in for the Knights. But nonetheless, they are in the Falcon zone. Let's see what they can do. They throw it in. Contact. Joshua off the throw-in. More contact on the play. And another free kick. Andrew Curry.
Yellow card awarded to number 3 from the Niagara Knights, Andrew Curry. Yellow card awarded to number 10 from the Niagara Knights, Mike Gagg.
And Andrew Curry with the cross in. And the ball back in play. Returned into the Knights end zone, and they will give it to their keeper. Challenged by the Falcons, and the keeper retains possession, moving out to the left side of the field. Contact on the ball, and that will be free kick, Knights. You can hear the wind in the background, still posing a small problem for the players, but still a tight game in all. That free kick goes outside, and the Falcons will retain possession. Only one shot on goal so far coming from the Falcons in and around the 10th to 15th minute. That ball chipped inside, looking for Mike. It goes out to number 19, Chad Gopal. He placed the ball inside, and just a bit too long. Alberto was not able to handle it, and another kick for the Knights.
If you need a break, I'm here to help you, okay? If you need it. And also to
delay in the game. Keeper setting up the ball without having it blow away. And there we go. Play commences. And now I'm joined here by Natalie, doing color commentary with myself. Natalie, how are you?
I'm all right. Thank you, Connor. Thanks for having me.
So Natalie, I understand you were a softball player for the Humber Hawks, correct?
Yeah, just a slightly different sport to soccer, but it was still great nonetheless, and I'm happy to be here as well.
Silver medalist, correct?
Yes, you
Very
got it.
nice.
Look, you know what you're talking about.
So there's a call on the play, and it looks like the Knights will continue to go down. So Natalie, the Fanshawe Falcons come in this game without a loss, where the Niagara Knights have come in with 3 wins, 5 losses. So definitely their backs up against the wall. What do you think the Knights are going to have to do in order to pull away with this? Fanshawe has already dominated this game so far offensively.
Well, that's exactly the problem that Niagara's going to have because Fanshawe is so strong on the offensive pressure. They have one of the top goal scorers in the league in Mendez, and he was named the Player of the Year. So with an offensive side that is led by one of the top scorers, you just have to shut them down. As you got to isolate, or you either got to pressure them and make sure that they have to reset the play constantly and keep them on their toes. It's the defense that's going to win the game for Niagara today.
Mike Marciaso, as I mentioned a few times, is the leading point scorer and goal scorer this season with 13 goals and 26. So he's also a player they've gone to a number of times.
For now, good.
Only 1 shot on goal so far, but that definitely does not tell the story. So the Falcons moving up now, once again pressuring the Knights in their own end.
And it's definitely not easy with the weather today and how gusty it is out there. The ball is being manipulated so much by the wind.
Especially since there was rain the following day.
Oh, exactly.
Contact on the play. Free kick for the Knights. We are approaching the 25th minute, more than halfway through the first half. So far, no shots on goal for the Knights.
No worries.
And
Cross inside.
another issue that Niagara is going to have to face is that Fanshawe has allowed one of the fewest goals or amount of goals in the league. So it's just the pressure. You have to increase the pressure like you've never done it in your entire season with Fanshawe.
That's right. Fanshawe's only loss coming to the hands of St. Clair, that 2-1 loss. But St. Clair was knocked out by Fleming College. So Fanshawe, who's unfamiliar with the Knights, but they have not suffered a loss to any of these teams in the OCAA championships these coming days. So definitely Fanshawe, one of the favorites coming into this, and they move the ball up the right side. That's David Areem.
They're an excited team to watch because they've never been this far and with such a good and talented squad. So they're very exciting to see what they can do from their division, as the only team from their division in the West.
That's correct. The Humber Hawks, one of the teams in this competition as well. They are 8-0 with only 1 tie on their record. How do you think they're going to perform? They go up against the Fleming Knights tomorrow.
Well, you know, it's hometown. You're playing at home.
Excuse me, not tomorrow, in a few hours.
In a few hours, exactly. When you're playing at home, everything is different. You feel more calm. It's almost like you don't have to do as much work because you have so much support behind you. You don't have to build it up as much for your own squad on the field. So the home field advantage should come into play in the next game. And then we'll take it game by game. How does that sound?
Sounds good. So Knights finally getting the ball in the Falcon zone. They look for Joshua. He mishandles but regains possession. Joshua challenging. Scramble for the ball inside. But there is a call, and the Falcons will be awarded the kick, and they'll clear that outside of their zone.
You can tell the players are feeling it. The cold wind. It's just it's so difficult. You're running. You think that they'd be nice and warm. They're running around a lot, but when you stop, as soon as you stop, you just feel it, and you're like, I can't deal with this cold wind anymore.
Absolutely. You being a softball player, I'm sure wind adds a dynamic to a game that can change the outcome.
Oh, for sure. It's the difference between a goal and a save.
So Mike Marciaso, he moves that inside for number 10, Cedric, and he puts that long. So another opportunity for the Falcons, but no goal.
What an incredible shot. They're very lucky he didn't get that in because he got in so close so quickly.
Right inside the key, not much pressure. As you mentioned before, defense is going to be the key for this Knights team, but so far not seeing what we need to, even though it is still Love all.
That is true.
So the Falcons will throw that in. Mike Marciaso. He's unable to get the cross. And the keeper forced to pick up. And another goal kick from the Knights. That is something we are seeing a lot this game.
It might not be a bad tactic because you get to slow the game down and then give yourself a chance to reset.
Very true. So far, only one shot on goal for the Fanshawe Falcons. None so far for the Niagara Knights. Whether that is due to the wind or not, definitely a slower paced game than we are accustomed to seeing. But still, 30 minutes into the game, anything can happen.
It's true, and it's also the first game of the tournament. You never know what kind of jitters and nerves you have going into there for either squad. Doesn't matter what your record is.
Very true, and you mentioned before that the Falcons are the only team from their division, so definitely a lot of pressure riding on them.
Yes, there can be, for sure.
The cross into Mike Marciaso, and he's going to dump that inside to the keeper. And he's going to play that out. And he has to go back to his own end. Ball, and quick throw in from the Falcons. That is Chris Brady. Inside to Curtis.
Uh-oh. You better be careful with those passes back, especially with the wind. You never know which way the ball's going to go if you pass it too lightly. And Fanshawe is so quick. They could swarm a slow pass to the goalie at any moment. You don't want to give them any free opportunities.
Indeed, right off the bat, you can see that Fanshawe really likes a fast style game, and I'm not quite sure Niagara should be playing to that style, but it appears that they are. So Niagara definitely needs to slow the game down. As you mentioned, the goal kicks can be effective in slowing the pace down, especially with this cold weather. Players get tight, so definitely not a bad strategy at all on the part of the Knights to slow the game down and get their game going. So the scramble, that ball crossed inside. But Charlie Dose is going to bring it out. And the Falcons with the throw-in. Chris Brady. He'll take the throw-in. Falcons working along the right side. Falcons with the cross. But again, no goal. Falcons just seem to be looking for an opportunity and a slip in the Niagara defense. Doing its job so far. Love all.
So far, so good. When you're looking at a team like Niagara, they came from a very crowded central division, and they were able to give a lot of good battles against teams that were ranked higher, like very close matches. But when you're looking at Fanshawe and their offensive prowess, it's almost like they want to get as many jabs as you possibly can, and just whatever happens, as opposed to just sticking with the game plan and then applying it over a long period of time.
So that was Daniel Romero with some contact center field. 2 balls in play. Gonna have to get rid of one of them. All right, Falcons retain possession. And they're working the ball around in the center. Contact. And the Rapids clear. The Knights clear back to center. Falcons, excellent movement of the ball. The Knights, they give it to Joshua. He's challenged down the right side of the field.
Ooh, good
Give and go pass. Find some room.
Ooh, just couldn't make enough space for him, but that was a great chance to try and get something started.
He had Hayden Price on his right, but that ball out of play. And it looks like it will be awarded to the Falcons. So the Knights with a small opportunity there, but unable to capitalize on it. So the Falcons pressured in their own end. Ooh, sloppy ball work. That ball turned over.
They gave it right back to them.
And the Knights in the Falcon zone. Joshua will throw that in.
I'm not on there, don't worry. I'm good.
Ah,
Sloppy throw in, and that's cleared right back to center field.
need to be a lot sharper than that. But they still have it in their own end, so something could happen. Something possible could happen here.
Alberto. They give that to Chad. He's got room. The cross in to Alberto. He plays that nicely. Alberto trying to find some room.
Great pass.
Chad in the left corner. Can they make it work? Back to Alberto with the cross in. That a bit too strong, and Mike is unable to get a ball on it.
Ooh, that was a very rough play.
And there is a card on the field for that contact.
It's almost inevitable. Niagara is clogging the middle of the lane for any kind of crosses, so any kind of contact, you're going to get it. So hopefully he's okay.
Still down. I believe that is number 10, Sam Gonzalo. Doesn't seem like a substitution is incoming.
He's fine. Just rub some dirt on it. Right, Connor?
Yep. Yep, but it looks like he's going to continue playing. And the keeper will put it back into play. But definitely a few stoppages in time so far. We had the one incident with the keeper after the first shot on goal from the Falcons.
Yellow card awarded to Fanshawe Falcons, number 17, David Herriman-Duke.
And there you hear it. David Herriman-Duke with the yellow for that contact. And that is the second or third yellow card awarded this game.
Uh-oh.
The Falcons, they have room.
It's a costly turnover. Ooh, get that rebound.
Shot from Alberto, but fantastic save from the keeper. Second shot on goal from the Falcons. And now we're starting to see Fanshawe generate some opportunities. Do you think that's from fatigue or just lapses in the Niagara defense?
I believe it's lapses in the Niagara defense. They're not used to playing against a team of this caliber. So they have to be on their game all the time. If they're going to blink first, then Fanshawe is going to get a goal.
Approaching the halfway point, 35 minutes into play. Number 7, Charlie Dose. He chips that up. Play by David Herriman-Duke. In the Falcons' end, fantastic save, and that's moved out to center field.
That could have been the difference maker right there for Niagara if he didn't save that.
Absolutely,
pass.
that ball got through. He was in all alone.
No, it's okay. It'll be fine as long as it doesn't.
That goes out to Brent Anderson. He tries chipping that up to number 10, Cedric. But that's intercepted, and here come the Knights. Looking for something. But Sam Gonzalo is just going to chip that in, and the keeper will pick it up. Goal kick. Down into the Knights' end.
Again, it's unfortunate Niagara can't control those with Fanshawe trying to pressure and trying to get closer to their net. They should be able to slow the game down just a tad and then set up their play and find someone flanking down the wing.
Brandon Mendez controls the initial kick. And now the Knights. If you're just coming and tuning in now, we are 37 minutes into the game. Still love all. 2 shots on goal for the Fanshawe Falcons. None so far for the Niagara Knights, but still anyone's game. 8 minutes until the half. We've had a few stoppages in time with yellow cards and injury. So there will be some extra time after the 90th minute. So it's still anybody's game.
That's true. Even though Fanshawe has probably had most control or possession percentage this game or this half so far, Niagara still had a few opportunities. They just have to make sure that they tighten up their defense to keep Fanshawe away from their net because they've had so many more chances.
And there we see a substitution. Hayden Price coming out, and number 12, Andy Hain coming in. So
Ooh, handball. That could have been something. That could have been something for Niagara. Again, you just got to tighten up on the basics.
Team that makes the least amount of mistakes is usually the one that ends up winning.
It's true, but you never know what Lady Luck has to say about that either.
Very true. So far, one play could be the difference maker. Brent Anderson. He tries clearing that, but stopped by Joshua Collins. And another throw-in coming in for the Falcons.
See what they're able to do with this one. They almost look like they're just waiting for something, for a goal to happen. It's just been so much time has passed without them finding the back of the net with the opportunities that they've had.
Cedric Nguisen Unable to control that. And Joshua Collins is going to hand it off to number 16, Rodolfo Marinas. And he's going to throw that in. Put sloppy play off the throw in. And it looks like the Falcons retain possession.
Not much time left in the half. If Fanshawe Niagara could get a goal by the end of this half, then it could set the tone for the second half in confidence, because you just want to get the first goal off your back, especially the first game of the tournament.
6 minutes to go. That cross in, almost getting to Mike Marciaso. Number 14, Quintilione. He stops that. And the Knights moving it up. Falcons. That pass a little bit too far behind from David Harim Duke. But the Falcons retain possession. Brandon Anderson to Cedric. He loses that, but the challenge. Brandon Anderson. Roberto and Joshua Collins going at it.
That was great picking up from the player from Fanshawe. 2 other guys were able to try and fix the turnover, and that's the rule of 3 in soccer. You want to travel in triangles almost. Just wide.
Just wide. That shot coming from Chad Gopal. Not a real opportunity there. So another goal kick coming in from the keeper.
This will be tough because the goalkeeper will be shooting into the wind. See, it just died. Completely died in the air.
That ball definitely going to be losing a lot of speed. So one can make the argument that the Knights are facing a disadvantage right now being against the wind while the Falcons being with the wind. So it should be interesting to see how that plays next half, especially since
when they
running in
switch
different
halves.
directions, yes.
Well, hopefully the wind doesn't switch halves with them too.
Yes. Scramble in the corner. That was Alberto. Another throw in for the Falcons. Now the Falcons, in this situation, they tend to be crossing it into the key. None so far. Again, that's going to be cleared by the Knights. And the Falcons looking to capitalize on these throw-ins.
That was good pressure by Niagara on the throw-in. You do not, by any means, want Fanshawe to be able to dump the ball just in front of the box, because that will spell trouble.
So Brent Anderson there.
Good hustle.
Challenge, Cedric. Can he keep it in play? He does. Joshua Collins on him, but Cedric moving up with the ball.
Cedric's a one-man show over there.
Yes. Unable to control it, but another opportunity showing itself. Number 12, Andy Hine, the other leading goal scorer for the Niagara Knights. He's been quiet. And here we go, Cedric, he's moving it on the baseline. He puts it in!
Oh.
Just wide. If only Mike Marciaso was a little bit forward, he could have put that in. Another shot for the Falcons, and we're starting to see those come up more and more and more.
Exactly. They're turning it up a notch right before the end of the half. If only Mike Marinaccio could read his mind, that would have been a goal for sure. Wide open, and he was not even covered.
Goal kick. Falcons coming straight back the other way. Working on the right side. Cross in. Mike, he takes possession. A bit too strong. Cleared once again. Number 24, Chris Brady. He's going to throw that in. David Harim Duke in the center. Challenged. Ball's turned over to the Knights. Another cross in. That's a bit too strong. A little bit shorter. Andy Hine could have made do with it. But again, another Falcons throw in.
It's tough making those plays when you're in midfield and you're trying to find someone flanking down the wing. You got to have an almost perfect pass to just create space for that player trying to run down the wing. Just not enough space.
Scramble. Left side. The Knights. They retain possession. Number 3, that is Andrew Curry. He's challenged, but will keep possession. Back to Curry. And now the Knights starting to work that ball around. But again, just clear it inside. And that's going to be Brent Anderson.
They look much more calm when they're in their own end, as opposed to when the ball's in Niagara's end and they're on defense. It's like, oh, no big deal. We'll just bring it up anyways.
David Harim Duke pushing the ball up himself into the right corner. Can't keep it in play, and it's going to be just outside. Possible cross there.
Oh, you can just feel the frustration from up in this booth. He was feeling it too.
Approaching the half, guys. We have less than 60 seconds to go. 2 shots on goal for the Fanshawe Falcons. None so far for the Niagara Knights. Still anybody's game, Laval. But the Falcons definitely setting the tone for this game so far. Controlling the pace, controlling possession. And now they're going to have one last opportunity before the half. Mike, the cross in. Alberto chasing that down. And possession is going to be awarded to the Knights.
That's a great break. That's a phenomenal break for Niagara. That could have been big trouble for the Knights had Fanshawe had that corner that they needed.
Alberto Barquin not happy with the call either. So the Knights catching a break.
Big break, but every time that there's a goal kick for Niagara, Fanshawe usually gets possession at the end.
Contact in the center field. Again, Alberto looking for the call, but he's not getting it. Cedric taking that inside. Contact in that play as well.
This game's starting to get a little scrappy.
There's definitely been some physical contact throughout this game. No. So 1 minute of extra time. Now that we have hit the 45-minute mark. So this will most likely be the last chance for the Falcons to score this half. The ball pushed outside.
Uh-oh. Fanshawe
That's
better be
picked up.
careful. Their keeper's up almost at midfield.
Brandon Mendez at defense. And their keeper were practically right next to each other. And I believe there will be a corner kick off of that misplay. Yes, so this will definitely be the chance of the game for the Falcons. And that will be number 14, Brent Anderson, taking that corner. I think the win here will definitely play a big role in how this kick will go. The cross is in.
Ooh.
The header. It goes long, and that's going to be cleared by the Knights. And there you hear it, folks. That is the half. Falcons unable to convert on that last chance, but still anybody's game. Love all.
Oh man, you could feel everybody was just waiting for something to happen. That cross was perfect, right on the money. Just couldn't get a head on it. Oh, that was perfect.
So the Falcons, while only recording 2 shots on goal, a number of opportunities coming in for the Falcons. Shots wide, shots just off the mark. But the Falcons definitely controlling this pace. The Knights are going to have to change something up coming into this second half. Following this game, be sure to tune in for the Humber Hawks and the Fleming Knights coming in at 12:30. They are your second game of the day. 4 games today in the OCAA championships. Make sure you tune in tomorrow as well, where the Constellation semis and the winners semis will be taking place. Again, the loser of this game will go and face the loser of the Fleming Humber game at 12:30 today, and the winner will go to play the winner of that game as well on Championship Friday, and finally Championship Saturday. Well, the gold medal game will be played. Be sure to tune in for those as well.
Niagara's jerseys are all different, right? These numbers. So it's gonna just for your so you can see that you know how we were talking about Quentin. He's wearing number 7 in center. Yeah, I know, but the thing September, right? On like Facebook jerseys all the time. But beginning games, coaches they go through the lineup quick and they change them.
This is all my cheese.
All right.
So it looks like Fanshawe's numbers are okay, but
Yeah, Luca was my savior. He gave me some gloves.
no, he needs that back. So it just
dies down, we'll go back to normal.
Camera forward to director.
So next game, 100%. The bench is
What's the game plan here?
I would say it's 90%.
How long is the
Make sure both coaches are comfortable with it, and they're not here yet. So everybody else has agreed to it because it's crazy. The wind's just ridiculous. So I believe we will do it.
Okay.
How many minutes did they say?
Maybe it's like computerized system. I manage it up there.
Dean,
Oh wait, can we?
how long is the break?
Yeah, you can pass. Go ahead, guys.
Where are you going? Where are you going? To us? Are you coming here? I'm gonna go.
Welcome back to OCAA Championship Weekend Game 1 against the Niagara Knights and the Fanshawe Falcons. We're tied up at 0, and we got the second half coming up, but here's some highlights from the first half. Here we go, Connor.
Just that crossing coming in from David. No real opportunity there.
They've put on a lot of pressure on the Knights, all have. Just they haven't had anything find the back of the net. I mean, chances like this, as soon as they get just about 20 feet above the or in front of the box, that's where things start to click for Fanshawe, and it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, that the second half they're going to find the back of the net more than a few times.
Absolutely. They only have 2 shots on goal, but that does definitely not tell the story. They have had so many chances, and if they keep this up, it's only a matter of time before they get something to go.
You are so right. The numbers on the stat sheet don't tell the whole story. If you're going to look at percentage of possession, Niagara's hardly had the ball. And whenever they have a goal kick and they're trying to slow the game down from Fanshawe's high tempo on offense, usually Fanshawe's going to get the ball after the goal kick, and they fight for that ball, and they're able to just run up and down and run circles around Niagara.
Well, we'll see if Niagara was able to work their magic in that intermission. So we're going to be starting up with the second half in a second. They definitely need to make good use on their goal kicks and work the ball around. The Falcons have been controlling the center of the field with fantastic movement of the ball. The Knights need to do the same.
Exactly, and the thing that Fanshawe has the advantage over is that they're able to make plays in tight spaces.
But it's also that classic story where you let a team hang around too long, they're going to get that one chance that really does you over.
That is, you hit the nail right on the head. Fanshawe's been hanging around too long, and they're gonna pounce at some point. It's like a ticking time bomb, ticking away.
All right, so the Falcons look like they're good to go. The Knights just discussing some stuff. 45 minutes to go, but do keep in mind we are going to have, in my estimation, quite a bit of extra time due to check-ins on injury as well as yellow cards. The Knights will start the game, switch aside. So the Knights now not playing into the win, so we'll see how they're able to do with that. This is still anybody's game.
Definitely looking forward to see how Fanshawe's going to adapt, kicking into the wind.
Okay, so stoppage time is only awarded for each half. So we saw the stoppage time added at 1 minute for the first half. So this game at the moment will end at 90 minutes, but we will see if there will be any stoppage time throughout this half. And right off the bat, the Falcons with the throw-in. All right. Now, it has only been a few seconds into the first half, but the Knights do seem to be controlling the game more so than they did in the first. I know it's only a minute into the half, but so far the ball staying inside the Falcons' end.
You can tell they've got an extra. They had a probably very, very stern talking to from their head coach about that first half and not capitalizing on opportunities with goal kicks. And now you can tell that they've really upped their intensity, and they're trying to give them as much of a fight as possible.
Head coach Frank Kachelis has been with the team for 6 years now. All right. right, so that ball back into the Falcons' end. Excuse me, into the Knights' end. Goal kick.
And the Knights are no stranger to the OCAA championships. Last year, they hosted at Niagara College all the way up in Welland, and they had a great tournament. Just Humber and Algonquin ended up going to the finals, but that experience compared to the lack of appearances from Fanshawe over the past 6 years and the lack of medals that they were able to win, Fanshawe's hungry. So you're going to go against a team that's hungry and that they have something to prove, or you're going to go against a team that has been around and they're experienced.
Now with some contact on that last play, Mike Marciaso was in the clear and not happy with the call, but throw in for the Knights at center field. That's Brent Anderson.
Let's see who's going to strike first.
Free kick for the Knights, and they'll clear that closer to the box of the Falcons. Both teams taking position. They're going to put that in the corner for... Back outside we go, center field. Challenge from David. Scramble for the ball. And Falcons retain possession. And here they go, fantastic move from Alberto. He keeps the ball alive. He's going to cross that.
Oh, here we go.
Mike Marciaso going to chase that down. But a nice recovery from the Knights and another goal kick.
It's tough when you're the only one against 4 defenders.
And right there we see that goal kick coming in from the Knights, but immediately the Falcons take possession back. Some contact on the play, but that is definitely not what the Knights want. They need to slow this game down and they need to work the ball inside to the box and get a good opportunity to score.
Exactly. That's too many missed opportunities to set something up, or even just to get them tired, or just get a few shots on net. That's all they need right now. They just need to break the ice. Here comes the pressure. Here comes the great ball movement from Fanshawe up midfield. They're way too close now. Oh! Oh my goodness gracious. How
So
did he
alive.
manage to get so close to the net in the box and the ball didn't even go in? That was a little bit of luck and a little bit of hustle.
A big break for the Knights. There was a lot of action in on that play. Definitely an upset for the Falcons. David Harim Dukes practically inside the net of the Knights. All he had to do was tap that in.
That's incredible. I'm telling you, Lady Luck, she
works.
she works, that's for sure.
And if these Falcons allow the Knights to hang around in this game, they will get their opportunity at some point. You need to capitalize on these chances. So
Once you make it to the championships, you have to put teams away.
contact on the play. And the Knights in the box. Contact, but no call. So back to center field. That ball goes out of play.
I agree with the referees on that call. It didn't look like as much contact as the Niagara striker made it seem to be. But sometimes you got to play the game and take any opportunities that you can, any way that you can.
That was Alex Latham, number 13 for the Knights. And we've seen a few cards given out this game.
It'll probably be that way for the entire weekend. You're playing for an OCAA medal or a title. You're trying to get to nationals. You're going to have to scratch and claw your way to get there.
Ball at midfield. And it will be a kick. Again, you see that win, making it a little bit more difficult.
I was pushing the ball back on the free kick as he was running to it.
Cedric, he's challenged. Ball taken away, but recovered. That's Alberto.
Oh boy.
He gives that to Daniel. To scramble for the ball. Kept alive by the Knights, but that's Alberto. He's fighting for the ball. Now the ball back in the box of the Knights. Kept alive. But that's going to be cleared and out of play.
Great hustle by Niagara. You do not want to give Fanshawe an inch, and they swarmed on Fanshawe Falcons whenever they had the ball when they needed to. So it was very efficient defending.
Now there is a player down. That is Cedric Nguyen off of that play. But he does appear to be good to go. No apparent substitution coming in at the moment. 6 minutes into the second half we go. Still only 2 shots on goal for the Falcons. None so far for the Knights.
But they've been better at stopping Fanshawe since the beginning of this half.
Absolutely. Falcons work that into their own zone.
Man, even in the booth, we can feel the wind shaking the broadcast booth. That wind is so strong out there.
Absolutely. These players need to make sure they stay involved in the game or they're going to tighten up. But a fantastic ball into the corner. That's Cedric. He's looking for an opening. And that's a cross in.
Great save, great stop.
Mike Marciaso was there, but a great pickup from the keeper. That ball played by Brandon Mendez. Contact on that play.
Ooh, he took him right down.
Absolutely. So David Hareem Duke will draw the foul, and it will be a free kick. Penalty.
That's all right. That's a meaningless foul for them because Fanshawe could have just up and sprinted all the way to their other half. So you just gotta, sometimes you just have to be a little bit too physical.
So Brent Anderson with the cross in. But that turns into nothing, and back the other way we go. And that ball off the goal kick will go straight out of play. And the keeper for the Falcons will put it back into play.
If I'm Fanshawe right now and this game stays the way it is and it goes into penalties, I would be very disappointed.
With the number of chances they had,
With
absolutely.
Exactly. They have to capitalize at some point. But that wind, you can't do anything about it. You can't, with the wind like that, you cannot shoot it down the wing. You have to keep it in the midfield as risky as that could be for Niagara to take that possession and turn it into something else. But you're just going to have to, deal with what you have.
So Niagara looked like they were making use of it. Alex Latham, but he turns it over. And now, Mike Marciaso. He's got numbers with him. Inside to Cedric. Oh, but he misplaced the ball.
Dancing around over there, he couldn't pick up his 2 feet. That's okay.
But that ball
They'll bounce back.
off of Charlie Dose, and the Falcons will still have to throw in. So anything's possible right here. Brent Anderson with the throw in.
Like 5. That's why it's hard to
That's
say
into
the
Cedric,
shots
and
so much.
right back out to Brent Anderson. He's going to cross it. And you see that wind just taking that ball right back the way it came.
That's unfortunate. That's definitely not where the ball was supposed to go.
Now Niagara trying to regain control. But those Falcons are just swarming the ball. And they move that up. But Mike Marciaso, he's there, and he's onside.
Here comes trouble.
Mike Marciaso with the shot. Oh!
Wow, what a save.
Keeper gets a hand on it.
He's been-
Fantastic save.
He has been absolutely, Jesse Lescombe has been absolutely clutch for the Knights. That's 2 amazing opportunities that he single-handedly foiled for the Fanshawe Falcons.
Now the Knights pushing the ball up. Well, that's recovered by the Falcons. David. They move it up. Alberto. Oh, challenge from behind.
Wow,
But the ref calls that a clean ball.
that was something. If that wasn't contact, that was something. And here we go. Looks like we're going to get some bad blood soon.
Absolutely. There's definitely, the game is getting more physical.
There's 3 shoves in a row, not even 1 call. 3 shoves in a row, not even 1 call.
Well, like you mentioned before, this is the OCAA, and when you are competing for a chance to go to nationals, you definitely are going to get more physical. But definitely we can see with the coming of calls that are not called that players do tend to get more physical.
Well, with the first piece of contact, you have to respond to that somehow. So I do not blame Fanshawe or Niagara for sticking up for their player the way he was hit.
All right. Ball moving on the left side.
So you have 4 Fanshawe defenders on 1 Niagara player, and that's not enough support for a team that's as quick as and limber as Fanshawe. That can definitely shut you down.
But Fanshawe,
Oh, here comes a chance from Niagara.
so that ball, scramble. Definitely some more contact right there. Number 13, Alex Latham takes a hit.
Here we go.
Niagara trying to work the ball inside the box. No.
Passed too late. He passed way too late. And he
Yeah.
had numbers.
Mike Marciaso. The Falcons, they have numbers. Oh, that pass just a bit long. Coming from number 8, Brandon Mendez. Excuse me, number 11, Daniel Ameo Romero. Now that ball off the throw-in. Taken back by the Falcons. That's inside the mic.
Beautiful pass.
Oh, just a bit too strong. He keeps it alive.
Oh, boy.
That ball called out of play. You can see the look on Mike's face.
Just a step behind. Just 1 step.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
Looking at that pass, he just had great sense. Oh, boy. That was definitely a big shove. But it could have also been milked on the other end. You know what I mean?
That
Like
definitely.
he felt that he had the opportunity, capitalized on it, but didn't get the call.
Looking at that replay, you can see that the official was, in fact, at midfield. He had a pretty good view of the play. It was a shove from behind.
But that was like a tumble out of a Hollywood stuntman.
Absolutely. It's very hard to tell. So the Falcons working the ball around. And Alberto down the right side. He's got space. He crosses that inside. The shot!
Wow.
And another save.
What a leaping save. That looked like it was going in.
Another replay incoming.
Great sense of where your partner is on the field, and that could have been very close to being the icebreaker for.
Oh!
Oh, speak of the devil.
Oh! Almost a goal for the Fanshawe Falcons, but that is offside, ruled by the official.
They're getting closer and closer and closer. Niagara, I'd be shaking in your boots now. You got to step it up.
As you saw from that replay, that was Chad Gopal who was stopped. And another chance for the Falcons, but that one ruled offside. So the Fanshawe Falcons creeping closer and closer to getting on the board. And still, the Niagara Knights, without a shot on goal, they have to figure something out soon. Challenge on the ball. Chris Brady.
Oh, someone's not happy.
Controversial call. That ball goes to the Falcons. Oh, but they play on. So it seems that the Knights would retain possession. Scramble for the ball, but now that ball out of play. And this going to the Knights. So definitely some confusion on the play. Players not happy with the call that we just saw.
It's just being in the heat of the moment.
Now Andrew Curry, he's going to throw that in to Quinton Leon. He's going to cross that cross field.
Oh, he's lucky that stayed in. That ball looked like it was going to sail out of bounds.
Absolutely. Now a throw in from the Falcons. They throw that way long. And Cedric chasing it down. Contact on the
Wow.
play.
See, now it's getting to the point where the only way that Niagara can stop Fanshawe is by fouling them.
So Cedric with fantastic effort. And here's a replay we have coming in of the recent foul.
Oh, definitely a Niagara ball, but you can tell that one call, that one no call has changed the tone of the game where they're going to try and muscle each other.
You can tell Andrew Gravette went in with a little bit of a shoulder on that one.
But you got to defend your territory.
And so far, the Falcons doing an excellent job of that. If we had a percentage status, it would be overwhelmingly in the favor of the Falcons. And now, off of the foul from Cedric, we are seeing a free kick. Here we go. Just across, it's low. Cedric misplaced that ball. And Andrew Curry foul on the play, and the Knights will go the other way. So just a misplay on the part from Cedric there. Couldn't handle the ball. And right there, a good opportunity.
And it wasn't a bad idea to keep the ball on the ground, especially with the way the wind that the ball,
Absolutely.
the way the wind is blowing the ball everywhere. Sometimes you just got to shake it up a little bit. Free kick doesn't always mean that you get to just kick it on net.
You got to be wondering how the switch up of sides is affecting these players. I mean, before you had the Rapids kicking into the wind, having to give extra juice on their kicks, but now everything just seems to be going with the wind for the Knights. So you got to be wondering how they're changing up their play style.
You'd want to run with the ball a little more and shorter passes and have more people around you for support just in case you need to get those quick passes out of trouble.
So some physical play down there on the right side. That was Chad Gopal challenging. Number 12, Andy Hine. He's been quiet this game, leading goal scorer for this Knights team.
Way to break through the wall. Uh-oh.
Keeper unable to hold on the ball. That ball's crossed inside.
Oh!
Saved
Oh my goodness.
by number 14, Charlie Dose.
We are all in disbelief in the broadcast booth and down below. Oh my goodness.
Replay coming in from that. The keeper unable to handle the ball, taken by number 4, Alberto. He crosses it inside. And Cedric unable to put it away. Charlie Dose.
He had all day to make the shot and not shoot it right at him.
An empty net. I think Cedric just didn't even see him. There's no, that seemed too lackadaisical for an own goal. You got to put that to bed.
Exactly. Lackadaisical is the perfect word to describe that shot. It was a
Now-
pass. He was passing it to the other team, just happened to be in front of the net, and he couldn't even use his arms.
That one is going to keep Cedric awake a little longer tonight, definitely.
Somebody called a sports psych.
Now the Knights coming back. They have possession. It's number 11, Rodolfo Martinez. But he turns it over, and Alberto pushing it up.
Again, Niagara
Daniel.
keeps getting caught flat-footed on those breaks by Fanshawe. That's why they've been able to get so close to the box.
63 minutes in, a number of opportunities for the Fanshawe Falcons, but still the score remains 0-0.
Wow, I'm still shaking my head over that. I don't know about you, Connor, but that was incredible. They had the net wide open just about. Oh boy, that was, if there was one opportunity out of the entire game, that was it.
That was it. Now we have a substitution on the field. Number 11.
I would love to see that again. Oh, perfect.
And here we go.
So there's the contact. The goalie was able to protect himself. He hustled back, but is the defender.
The cross into Cedric, and he figured he had a goal right there. And Charlie Doe's arguably, unarguably the play of the game right there.
Oh, for sure. Defensive instincts off the charts.
Now we had some substitutions in there. Number 15, Enoch Barima, coming in for Daniel Emilio Romero.
Offside.
Offside call against the Falcons. The Knights will go back the other way.
Man, they have all the opportunities in the world. But told you, Lady Luck has her way.
Absolutely, and if the Knights continue to hang around, they might just get their opportunity and capitalize. And we may be looking at an upset here.
I don't want to see this in a draw. I want to see Niagara pull through with all the opportunities just to show some gratitude. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Cedric, unable to put away that empty netter before he's looking to make up for it. Down the left side. He tries crossing that in.
Looks like a corner.
And yes, I believe it is that ball out of play. And now we're going to see a corner kick from the Falcons.
Got to make a decision. Are you going to cross it right to the net? Or with the amount of time that you have left, are you going to try and set something up that could be more concrete than trusting this pesky wind?
Now, the Niagara Knights have been doing their job defensively, specifically their keeper. He has been sensational this game.
He's my player of the game.
The average goals a game for this Falcons team is 3. They have been held to nothing 65 minutes through the game. Now Mike Marciaso, he's called offside again.
That is a good point. Fanshawe's such a strong offensive team, which we've seen because of all the opportunities and their quick transitions from defense to offense. Just, they can't find it. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those games for them. But you can tell that Niagara did adjust from the first half. They are on them a little better. They're not flat-footed as much whenever Fanshaw's on defense and transitioning to offense. And their
More
goalkeeper,
physical.
oh, much more physical.
Much more physical.
There was the turning point with that first foul that wasn't called at midfield on the Fanshawe player. But all in all, is Niagara's goalkeeper's been keeping them in this game.
Now there's a scramble. Left side of the field. The Knights managed to get that out. Number 9, Kimmel Denaire. Now the Falcons. Now they're going to reset it in their own zone.
Oh, here comes some pressure.
Brandon Mendez. He moves that up. David Hurry. Some contact over on the right side. That ball awarded back to the Falcons. That was number 22.
That was, it was like trying to run into a wall. Had no chance of staying on his feet.
There was some contact there. So definitely this game getting more physical.
Oh boy.
Some more contact coming in.
But it's not even Fanshawe that's being physical. The last two plays have been Niagara. But really, Fanshawe should be more
Absolutely.
physical because they should be frustrated with the lack of calls and the lack of goals.
So here we have a replay. This was Andrew Gravette,
Oh, here comes that.
right side of
Oof.
the field.
Oh yeah, big elbow.
And you can see number 10, Sam Gonzalo.
Oh, he's not happy about that. I wouldn't be happy either. But you just got to play the game.
Now, on the recent call that was just made, it seems the Falcons are being awarded a free kick. So another opportunity for Fanshawe to get themselves on the board. 68 minutes into play. Here we go. All right, so they're going to cross that in. That one with the wind.
Oh, wow. That was a wasted opportunity just because of the wind.
Yes, that ball just curving straight to the left side of the field. No chance whatsoever there.
Man, Fanshawe could not catch a break.
No, they cannot. They've had one opportunity where their player was essentially in the net. Then they've had another opportunity where there was no keeper in the net. They just can't seem to get this one to go. We don't know yet if it's one of those stories, but Fanshawe needs to capitalize on one of these opportunities.
I'm sure they will. There's a lot of time left. Still so much time left.
Still so much time left.
At least 20 minutes left.
Ball back in play. That's Alberto. He's going to cross that. But it's going to be played back out by the Knights.
Wow, it's like there's 3 teams playing out there.
Absolutely.
Fanshawe, Niagara, and the big bad wind.
Absolutely. Mother Nature is doing her thing right now, making it a little bit more difficult for these players. Call on that throw in. And back over to the Knights. They're going to throw that in, move that into the end zone of the Falcons. So here we go. Cleared by Fanshawe. And that's Mike Marciaso. He tries moving that back out to midfield. But it's taken and reacquired by the Knights, by the Falcons.
Fanshawe has way too much support on so many different levels of defense. You get past one player, there's another one ready to take the ball from you.
So Cedric, he's moving in, gets a shot off, but that is blocked by his defender and an easy pickup for the keeper.
A lot of great movement on the field now, especially from Niagara, and the way that they've been sort of getting around Fanshawe, but is a better adjustment from the first half.
Absolutely. So that was Andrew Gravette heading that back over to midfield. Some contact, and now Cedric, left side of the field. He's looking.
They haven't been making very smart passes. They've been passing into crowds as opposed to giving someone space to run into the pass.
And now the Falcons looking to slow this down, get their game together.
Exactly.
That was Brandon Mendez, but his pass deflected back over to midfield.
If there's composed of a team that it says on their score sheet and as the regular season division champions, then they're probably still very confident that they'll get one back of the net.
Andrew Gravette taking that all the way from midfield into the box. Scooped it by the keeper, but Andrew Gravette just taking that by himself.
Good for him.
So again, that ball cleared by the keeper, but it's going to immediately be reacquired by the Falcons. It's a cross
Here we
in.
go. That was a physical fight. That was a good
ball.
fight. That was a good fight for the ball.
Chaco Paul going to lose possession, but the Falcons, the left side.
And you see how quickly the Falcons have been able to just move the ball all the way around in that one area. They almost went
Absolutely.
side to side.
Side to side, straight out to Cedric, try moving it back in. But the Knights seem to be sticking around by more or less just clearing the ball out.
That's all they have. That's all they've been able to do at this point, but that's not enough.
The Knights still have not recorded a shot on goal. They have hardly had any chances so far. They are sticking around. The Falcons unable to get themselves on the board, but they are knocking on the door.
Defense can only get you so far.
Enoch Barima, he's getting some touches after coming in.
Oh.
And now here we see Chaco Paul coming in the right side. He's got some space. He crosses it inside.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, you can see that frustration.
Enoch Barima coming in and immediately getting an opportunity to score, but just lost his footing. And here we're going to see a replay of that recent play. It will be a goal kick.
They had a great opportunity because they had two players lined up just along the box. See, they have that pass. He's fighting it. Makes
Chaco
the
Paul.
the
Great
pass
move.
across. He shouldn't have touched it. The player over. Fanshawe was waiting for it. That could have been a better angle for him, and he was stopped.
Enoch Barima with the chance. Chaco Paul with a fantastic move, beating his defender, Quinton Leon. And that ball out of play from the Knights, and the Falcons are going to take it the other way. So the Falcons are taking more of a pass-by-pass approach, slowly going up the field with good ball work.
That's true, but they make it from end to end. Niagara hasn't.
Niagara seems to more or less be clearing it.
Yes, they're too much on defense.
Now the Falcons, that ball out of play. 73 minutes into play.
But it makes sense. Fanshawe has had Niagara on their heels all game. So whenever they get an opportunity, it's almost like, okay, we need to keep it away from them, not let's attack. They're not in the attacking mindset right now, and they haven't been since the first whistle.
73 minutes in, we could start seeing fatigue probably set into some of these players. But all in all, it's still anyone's game. And then we see the Knights cross that in, immediately reacquired by Alberto.
Again, no Niagara possession after a Niagara goal kick.
That pass a little bit too far back, and the Knights will clear it back into the Falcons' end zone. Brent Anderson, he's going to clear that out, and for the first time in a while, the Knights, it looks like the Falcons will retain possession. That ball off the Knights. And we'll see how they make use of it. Fantastic passing, a give and go.
He's got lots of room.
Here come the Falcons. They have numbers. Oh! But that is taken away by number 14, Charlie Dose.
That's a tough one. He wasn't in any position to pass either.
But still in the Knights' end zone. It looks like Alberto tried crossing it inside to number 10, Cedric Nguyen, or number 19, Chaco Paul, but that's scooped up by the keeper. Andrew Gravette, he's been one of the more physical players we've seen today. He's also taking quite a few hits as well.
That's true. He's also one of the bigger guys on the pitch right now. So it's almost like you have to take on that enforcer position. It's almost thrusted upon you if you have some size or strength.
Andrew Curry with the big throw. But Brandon Mendez, he's going to play that up. And here come the Falcons.
That was a great read from Mendez to make space for the striker to find room and get around to the net, but just wasn't enough.
Connor Diaker getting a touch there, and he challenges Andrew Gravette.
But you know why Mendez is our player of the year, because of that sense on the field where he's able to make that great pass from to start the transition. Not easy to do.
Moving the ball over to the left side of the field.
I've been holding it on my arm, like as a bag, you know.
Andrew Gravette with the ball. Gives it to Chris Brady.
I wonder how frustration has taken a toll on Fanshawe at this point in the game.
Fantastic move for number 17, David Duke. He moves that up the left side.
I guess it doesn't really have that much of a play right now.
Okay, with the tripod?
David inside.
Sure, I don't have
Oh,
any sticks, though.
beauty
Fantastic
pass.
pull.
I don't have
In the
any
corner.
sticks. There was only one in there. And
The
then
cross
I was
in.
taken,
And the Knights will clear.
Oh boy.
Okay, no
But
problem.
the Fanshawe defense move
Ooh.
up to middle field. And
Yeah.
This is
Big
why
hit
soccer is
center.
beautiful. This is why soccer is beautiful, because it's back and forth.
Okay.
Alberto,
Lost
he
a chance.
misplays that.
Yep.
You know,
1 second. 1 second.
he tries getting that to Chaco Paul.
That's probably the best move either team would have got. Should have. That's probably the best move either team could have done. Just slow it down. Everyone's getting too caught up in the tempo.
Play replay. We see that hit.
Boom!
Chase for the ball.
That hurt. But they're probably so cold that they didn't really feel it.
More or less. Furthermore, you can't really call a ball because it's sort of a chase down play. Stop it into play.
First of all.
You can see players on the track warming up. We'll see some substitutions coming in soon. Get some fresh legs now that we are approaching the 77th minute of the game.
It's true.
Throw in for the Falcons.
It's not straight shoot.
Here we
Cross.
go. Let's see what they do in
But
tight
there you
space.
see that win. That ball hardly moving forward at all.
Let's keep it on the ground, boys.
Deep inside for the Knights. We have an opportunity here.
Ooh. Oh boy.
And that was Andrew Gravett saving the day. Connor Diaker with a chance to score.
Was that
And it looks
legal?
like,
Was that legal?
well, here we go. We see Connor Diaker with the ball. He beats his defender. And
Here comes the
Andrew
wall.
Gravett saving the day. Lots of contact on the play.
He took a shoulder to the head
He
on
did
that one.
take a shoulder. It was definitely a questionable play. Now the Falcons coming down the other way.
The referees have been very lenient on the whistles today.
That ball going off of Alberto Barquin. And throwing for the Knights.
But do you appreciate a more physical game?
It's questionable to the point that it starts to become dangerous. But absolutely, you want to let players be physical, be aggressive. That is something that makes athletics and sports athletic sports. You want to let players have the freedom to be aggressive, to work for the ball.
And I think there's too many stoppages in time for a game like this.
Yes.
It just wouldn't feel right. But some of those hits have been very questionable.
Now the Falcons working the ball inside. That's Cedric. He moves that over to Chaco Paul.
Oh
Chaco
my
Paul.
Just wide.
That ball going just wide. Another opportunity for the Falcons gone by. And you can even see the frustration on Cedric's face after that play. They can't believe it. So many missed opportunities, and still the score is 0-0. We have a replay on that play.
This could have been the goal that would have put them up 3 or 4-0.
Cedric,
They had all the time in the world. Wasn't even trying to cover any of the other attackers from Fanshawe. Niagara was still caught flat-footed, but they just keep getting lucky.
now the Knights turn the ball over in their own end. And it will be number 14, Brent Anderson, throwing that inside. Scramble on the left side of the field. Knights retain possession, throw in. We are now at the 80-minute mark. Fanshawe in dominant control of this game, but still 0-0. If this does go to a shootout, it is anyone's game. 10 minutes left in the game, possibly some extra time, but this game coming to a close.
I like my chances with Niagara's keeper. He's been working all game, and he's a lot more accustomed to the win today as opposed to Fanshawe's keeper because he hasn't even seen a shot all game.
Absolutely. So now the Knights moving the ball inside.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Shot put in, but that's an easy save for the keeper. And now the Falcons really need to push it up with less than 10 minutes into this game. That should be theirs.
I wonder if there's a sense of panic because of how their shots haven't been able to find the net, and they've been so close. So it doesn't look like Niagara's panicking.
Not at all. Niagara seems to, as you mentioned earlier in the game, Niagara seems more comfortable when the ball is in their own end as opposed to when they have it in the Falcons' end. They seem to be very comfortable on defense, almost as if they just pulled back and they've made that sort of their game plan to force this into a shootout. And at this point, it does not seem like a bad idea at all. This Falcons team, if they are unable to put their shots behind the keeper, it could be looking very grim for them in a shootout.
Yes, I agree. You don't want to goal. You don't want to have your goalie standing around doing nothing for the most part and not getting some shots coming in at him just to get a read of how the environment can change a shot.
Now, substitution coming in for the Falcons. Enoch Barima, he's coming back out. And number 9, Mike Marciaso coming back in for Enoch Barima. And you can see the Falcons putting their leading goal scorer and point scorer back in a sense of urgency to try and get something on the board.
All it takes is one at this point. That's all you need.
Now, the Knights working that along the right side. Headed out,
Okay, no problem. Right now, Luke is here.
and they are going
Alex right now.
to work the ball around to see if they can get an opportunity going.
And 5.
That ball challenged.
Here comes Niagara. No. Man, Niagara needs to adjust their game plan. They need attackers down low whenever they're transitioning on offense. It's usually 1 or 2 against 6 defenders. They're not going to get a goal like that or even get anywhere near the net. They have to pick up the pace.
See a throw-in coming in now. Niagara defenseman moved up to middle field. Cross coming in. That one to Rodolfo Marinas, but that ball goes the other way. And out of play, given to the Knights. So Mike Marciosa brought back into the game. Alberto. That's taken back by the Knights. They move it up to Andy Hine. Taken right back by the Falcons. And scramble for the ball. But Brandon Mendez keeps it alive, moves it to the left side.
And that's why he's the player of the year. Able to weave around 4 attackers to get the ball out of his end. That's incredible.
Chad Gopal, midfield. Back to Menendez. Chris Brady. And now the Falcons looking to move that into the night zone.
Oops.
That ball chased
The
down
wind.
by Andrew Gravett.
Oh, the wind took that one whoever it felt like it.
Oh, contact on the play. Looked like a little shove there from Andrew Gravett.
Let's take a look at Mendez. Take a look at Mendez. Here's first player, second player, third player,
And then the
Oh.
hustle play.
and then he was able to just kick it away. They had no shot against the player of the year. No shot at trying to get him off his game.
But now we see the Knights with an opportunity, that wind in their favor, so we'll see how that affects this free kick right here.
If you can see the flag on the corner, I think that's a pretty good indicator of what the players are dealing with right now.
That cross in,
Oh,
and an easy catch from the keeper. Now the Falcons looking to push it up.
see the goalie, he made a very good decision by just rolling it to his player, because you don't want to. You're going to lose time. You're going to lose an opportunity to set something up by just shooting the ball in the air, and it's going to drop. You're not going to get any distance off of it.
That ball played out. Brent Anderson to the corner.
Fanshawe looks so composed under pressure here.
They are.
Oh.
What a shot! Oh, just wide over the crossbar. That was number 9, Mark Masiaso, leading goal scorer for this team.
My goodness, you couldn't have been any closer.
Here we see they got a little room above the box and just rifled that one just high. Another chance for Fanshawe, but a very, very close shot. for Marciaso.
But if the keeper didn't jump for that, if he didn't leap for that one or just get a fingertip on it,
We could have
that
been
could have
looking
been a
at
goal.
1-0.
That could have been 1-0.
And right there, scramble on the corner kick, but the keeper gets a hand on it. And now we have less than 5 minutes to go in this game. Niagara has
Oh.
stuck around.
Poor pass, very poor pass.
Mendez trying to get to Brady. The Knights cross that in, and Gravette is going to pop that one back over to midfield. And the Knights going to reset.
Let's see what the Knights can do here. If they can stay composed and stay sharp.
That's Connor. He moves that in. Challenged by Mendez. And the keeper will slide in and take that.
Good defense, making sure you're shielding the ball from the other player. All he had to do was run right next to him. Couldn't even get around him.
I'm winding down in this one. Gravette. He's looking. They move it up to Cedric. Cedric. The player who had the essentially empty net in this game, looking to capitalize on that blunder. Brady. To Alberto. Alberto winning that challenge.
Okay.
But he's stripped.
Oh boy, here comes opportunity. You got 2 defenders down.
And Knights. Mendez chases that down, followed by Rodolfo Marinas. And caught by the keeper.
Oh, they're hurting over in midfield.
We have a stoppage in play.
Someone may have gotten stepped on with the cleats. And if you're gonna get any cleat on you in this cold weather, it's gonna hurt even 10 times more. It's very slow to get up. Contrary to what they say about soccer and injuries, he actually looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Well, both players seem to be all right after walking it off for a little bit. So no substitutions apparent at the moment. And looks like play will commence. Big goal kick.
Wow, he actually got some very good distance
He
on
did.
that. I wonder how far it would have went without the wind.
All right, Cedric at the top of the box. Cedric.
Here comes trouble.
He moves that back out to Brady.
Good move by Niagara.
And that ball. Falcons possession.
Waste no time getting back on
And
the
Mendez.
attack.
He's going to clear that up. Mike Marciaso. He challenges that.
Yeah, thank you.
Mansoud Zaloom. He's going to throw that in.
Niagara's definitely stepped it up for these last few minutes. They're playing like white on rice at this point.
Substitution coming in. That is Mansoud Zaloom. He will be coming out. And number 23, Yassim Alki will be coming in. Getting some fresh legs in for the last few minutes. And that will be Brent Anderson with the throw-in.
Oh, here comes trouble.
Gravette at the top. He's challenged. Gravette fighting for that. No call on the contact.
Wow.
The Knights are awarded the ball.
The Knights are coming in their shining armor right now, saving the day for their keeper.
30 seconds left in regular play.
They can't lose this. They cannot lose this match because of how well their keeper's been playing all match. That would be a slap in the face.
That ball cleared.
Okay, looks like we'll have probably 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes, sorry, of stoppage time or injury time added here.
And the 3 minutes will start now. Time winding down for these Fanshawe Falcons to put themselves on the board. Same for the Knights.
Hey, Connor, it's crunch time.
It's time to see who wants it more.
Exactly.
That ball thrown in. Taken by the Knights. To scramble for the ball. It looks like it will be a Knights throw-in. That is number 3, Andrew Curry.
Varsity Ops has been doing a fantastic job keeping the flow of the game going by passing in the balls very quickly on the out of bounds.
Connor unable to handle that off the throw-in. Number 12, Andy Hine looking for the call. And here we go. Falcons coming down. David Harim Duke to the left side.
Too hard. Oh, he's kept it
but
in.
saved and kept alive. The Falcons have numbers.
Uh-oh. They got lots of room.
Alberto, he's got room!
Oh!
And the Falcons just cannot seem to get on the board. Corner kick
Oh, I hope we see that one again.
for the Falcons. We will definitely have a replay coming in for that.
Let's see that again here. Oh my goodness, Lescombe. I think that's the one for him. That's a feather in his cap.
Now the ball inside the box. Scramble for the play, and that is cleared by the Knights. What a chance for the Falcons.
That was an amazing strike, though. That was probably the best shot that Fanshawe has had all game, but not on Lescombe. Lescombe, this is his day today. Here it
Better
comes.
play from the keeper. And right here, you see Alberto just wind up from the top of the box. No touch. Fantastic shot. And what a save.
Like a cat. But he had way too much room. That's Niagara's fault. They're so lucky that Lescombe saved it on that one, because he had way too much room to make an accurate shot. And that was a very good spot, too.
Jesse Lescombe having a fantastic start to his OCAA weekend. And this will likely go to a shootout at this point. The Knights controlling the ball in the Falcons' end.
Okay, if they don't score, it looks like we're going to get a few more. We're going to get some extra time here. 2 15-minute halves, I believe.
So 2 15-minute hats will follow this regular time.
Hey, still lots of game left.
Lots of game left before we go to a shootout, so it is still anybody's game. And here we have Mike Marcial in the corner. The cross.
Uh-oh.
He's got room.
And the turn.
Oh, high and wide. Another chance for the Falcons to score.
Lescombe is having the game of his life. So
Replay
clever
coming in
with
from
this
that recent play, guys.
All the room in the world. Niagara, buy a lottery ticket.
And that is regular time. After that play, the Knights clear the ball, and we are going to be going into extra time. The Falcons just cannot seem to get on the board, have been dominating the Niagara Knights so far, but fantastic play from Jesse Lescombe, the keeper for the Knights, has kept them alive. We will see how this game unfolds in extra time. If Jesse keeps playing like this, this will go on for a while.
Man, this could be the match that never ends, but we have penalty kicks if it doesn't end. He's been absolutely incredible. I cannot believe how on the ball he is today. He's so quick.
2 15-minute halves, we will be going into penalty kicks. So once again, we are going into extra time. 2 15-minute halves. If we do not have a score, we will be going into penalty kicks.
So 2 15-minute hats. And if no one is victorious in that extra time, we will be going into penalty kicks. 5 minutes until extra time will commence. same here. I brought beef jerky because, you know, going to be here for a while. But yeah, I'll bust that open in a second.
What's up?
Did you see the study they just did on beef jerky? Like, it said it causes more cancer than cigarettes.
Beef jerky.
Well, beef jerky, like cigarettes, all that. This is having free day. This whole sounds like grandma's apple.
Bacon.
If it's everything, okay. You know what? I'm doing something.
And here we go, first half of extra time. We've got 15 minutes to see who will pull away with a game 1 victory. Fanshaw's been keeping us at the edge of our toes, but then Niagara Knights keeper Jesse Lescombe has been on fire.
He has been spectacular, but advantage Fanshawe in my opinion, because now they have more extra time to continue to work at Jesse. And hopefully Niagara can find an opportunity to get themselves on the board or pull this out to a shootout where they will be at advantage because of the spectacular play of Jesse Lescombe.
I honestly hope that Niagara has a different frame of mind. They're more in attacking mode now because of the way Jesse has kept them in this match. You cannot lose it for him now. He has done so much to keep you here and get you this far. Now it's time to win it for him.
Fanshawe has had chance after chance, but they have been robbed time and time again by Jesse Lescombe. So we'll see how this extra time unfolds. Kicking from the keeper, and it will be Falcons' possession.
Man, I wonder what's going through Fanshaw's mind right now. He had so many chances. Oh, Wynn almost gave them a really good chance there with 2 players just waiting for Jesse to make a mistake on that catch.
Ball to the left side.
Pardon me, Jordan Provenzano, not Jesse Lescombe,
Is the keeper for the Niagara Knights.
has been doing a fantastic job all match.
Now there's a call on the play, and it will be the Knights' ball. So Jordan will put that back into play.
Jordan's been the man all match, and we'll see how much further how much more he's got left for his team.
But spectacular play from Player of the Year, Mendez, who has been spectacular on the defensive end, as well as many chances by the offensive unit for this Fanshawe Falcons team.
Too many chances, but Mendez and the defensive unit have been able to just keep Niagara away from the net. They've only had less than 3 shots on net, with 1 shot on goal in the second half. Like, that's incredible by Mendez and his crew.
Foul on the play. Cedric and said player for the Knights seem to have gotten up into a little mix-up, and he seems to be all right. That is appearing to be number 14, Charlie Dose, getting into a mix-up with Cedric Nguyen, but both players seem to be all right. But Cedric not happy with the call, and it seems there is a card on the play.
They're just frustrated.
Mark Masiaso talking it over with the official.
Here we go, replay on that foul. Ooh, he may have stepped on his ankle. That's never fun, but he looks fine.
Still stoppage in play. Seems they're just going to make sure his ankle is good to go.
He looks fine. He's walking around.
No
all right.
immediate substitutions, and it looks like he's good to go. Ball back in play. And the game commences right off the gate.
Oh, and then Fanshawe gets a call on that one. I wouldn't feel so good if I was Fanshawe right now.
Fanshawe will retain possession, and back the other way we go.
Okay, now's their chance to put them away. Let's see what they can do here.
4 minutes into this extra time. The wind has settled down. Taken back by the Knights, pushing it up.
It has settled down a little bit. Man, Niagara gets so close, but then Fanshawe's defense is just so tight that they just can't get an inch from them.
Brent Anderson challenging that play. Ball goes out off of number 11, Rodolfo Marinas. And a throw-in. Fanshawe regaining the possession, and they give it up to Alberto. Cedric. And Alberto looking for the call on that header, but he's not going to get it.
Never play until they blow the whistle. Don't go looking for calls, because then you'll give the other team an opportunity here.
Mendez intercepting that pass, and he's going to move it out to the left side of the field for Cedric. He's working his moves. Midfield.
It would be heartbreaking if Fanshawe didn't get a goal here with the amount of chances they had, or they gave a free one to Niagara. That would be awful for them.
Mendez maneuvering around the defense. Fanshawe. Foul on the play. Number 17, David Harim Duke went down on a challenge, and it seems Fanshawe is going to get a free kick above the box here. We could be looking at a possible scoring opportunity here.
Yep. Jordan Provenzano definitely doesn't want this to happen, but you just got to put up a big wall.
Fantastic ball movement from Mendez, Brandon Mendez. He moved that from midfield all the way into the end zone of the Knights, and now we are seeing a possible scoring opportunity here for these Fanshawe Falcons.
Couldn't have been at a worse spot too, right in front. Let's see if they're able to maneuver with the wind. The wind has died down, so that'll work for them.
Mike Marciaso, he's going to pull that. Doesn't quite get through the block, but they keep possession inside the box.
At least they kept the rebound going.
Chago Paul cleared out.
That's too bad.
And the Knights coming down. They have numbers. Connor on the left side. Challenge midfield, and it's going to be against Andrew Gravette. Possible injury. Seems like another ankle is caught, but it will be Knights' possession.
It's not fun to get stepped on or cleated in this weather. I can tell you that for sure.
That's number 7, Quentin Leon with the kick. Doesn't do much. And now the Falcons come back the other way. Chago Paul, he tries crossing that into Mike. No good. Alberto with a fantastic move. He's got numbers with him. Oh, and a goal from Cedric Nguyen, capitalizing on that blunder earlier in the game. He makes up for it. 1-0. Fanshawe Falcons.
Let's look at that again, Jordan. Amazing. They stuck with the ball even when Niagara tried to break up the play, and just had enough space. Just let it go. Just let it go.
Cedric finding space, back right corner. Jordan Provenzano has been spectacular, but finally the Falcons find a hole in this Niagara defense.
Lucky for Niagara, though, is not drop dead. So they still have some time to get an equalizer and possibly a game winner. But they have to get one now.
Niagara,
do or die.
who has arguably been on defense the entire game, has now got to take it to this Falcons defense and equalize this game. 8 minutes into extra time.
Took them long enough, didn't it?
Cedric Nguyen making up for that blunder, the open net, which was stopped by Charlie Dose, a midfielder.
If they get this W, at least we'll know that he'll be okay tonight.
He will not lose sleep if they get this W after that blunder.
Let's look at that again. That was just phenomenal. Very, very sound and calm play from Cedric.
Nice out of the coach here.
And you couldn't have picked a better spot.
Couldn't have picked a better spot, right side of the field. Jordan's vision was blinded. And Fanshawe getting on the board after so many opportunities. This team, which averages 3 goals a game, has won in extra time, but nonetheless, they are winning this game. And now they're going to continue to press the Knights, looking to seal and put this game away. The Knights are not down and out, though. Only 1 goal needed to tie, but they are definitely going to have to take the tone of this game and turn it right around.
Realistically, though, Fanshawe has been playing like the team that they're expected to be as the regional champions from the West. And they've been dominating, and it was just only a matter of time. It just took a very, very long time and way too many close calls. But you can't take it away from Jordan Provenzano and his keeping today.
Connor DeCure throwing that in to Andy, but that is taken away by the Falcons. Andy Hine and Kimball Denier, the leading goal scorers for the Rapids, have been quiet. They are definitely going to be needed more than ever in these coming minutes. The Falcons, left side. Alberto. Crossing inside. Whoa. And another save from Jordan Provenzano. This time, Yasmin Halkik coming in off the bench and almost getting another goal. But Jordan robbing him as well. Still 1-0 Fanshawe Falcons.
How he was able to put his hand up that close with such a
Point
quick reaction time.
Blank.
Right in front. Yeah, you had no shot. I would have ducked and covered my face. Don't kick me. Oh man, he's been fearless in net.
Now, just a replay on this last play. The cross in coming, and point blank, Yasmin could not put it away, but the Falcons still pressing these Knights.
And that's what you got to do whenever you're in net. Keep your hands up. You never know what's going to happen. You have to, if you're not going to be ready, at least look like you're ready. And lucky for him, he just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Still a 1-goal game. The Knights are not out of this yet, but they are just being swarmed by this Falcons defense, trying to find a way to get it into their own end. That is number 9, Kimball Denier. He's looking to find an answer. And he's just getting swarmed in that back corner of the field.
No one's coming to help him, though.
And the Falcons regain possession. Gravette is going to chip that over to Alberto, and he's going to take that out.
Well, that's why they didn't have as many opportunities as they should have, because Niagara wasn't able to go and support their players trying to gain some possession and gain some leverage.
So the Knights managed to work the ball inside the box of the Falcons, but no real opportunity coming. These guys are just swarming the strikers for the Knights. Throw in for Niagara. They're trying to find some way to get inside and generate an opportunity to score.
I don't know, Fanshawe looks very comfortable now, and I haven't really seen any increased intensity from the Knights to try and get that equalizer.
Substitutions coming in for the Knights. Need to get some fresh legs in there. Desperation time. Let's see what they can do. Number 8, Keith Makubiya comes in the game. Off the throw in. Scramble. That's going to go off the Knights player. Number 21, Francesco Serbo.
Well, there's only a few minutes left in this first half.
Still second half in his extra time to play. Switch of sides, where the Knights will have an opportunity to equal this game up. But the Falcons just relentlessly attacking the Niagara Knights. They're going to have to do something in the second half to generate opportunities, not necessarily just get it inside the box.
That was a miscommunication right there on Niagara. Hoping that someone would be behind him to get some space. Just passed it out of bounds. That's too bad. It's unfortunate.
Alberto, he chips that in. Jordan Provenzano, he's going to snatch that up.
I hope Niagara hasn't taken themselves out of this game being down 1-0 after an amazing game from Provenzano. And now they're just making silly errors.
Headed out by David Harim Duke. Going to be a throw-in. Francesco. Again, David's going to head that outside of play. Approaching the end of the first half of extra time. 1-0 Fanshawe. Falcons regain possession. Alberto. Moves that to the left side. Daniel. Challenge. Middle field.
Other than Mendez, whenever they're trying to transition on an offense, the Fanshawe Falcons, they don't normally keep, one player doesn't keep a long possession of the ball. It's usually a few steps and they pass, a few steps and pass. It's very, very quick and crisp. And that's how they've been able to get around Niagara so easily.
It's a team effort as opposed to Niagara, which more or less looks like individuals trying to maneuver away around 5 or 6 Fanshawe Falcons defenders.
Yep, you're not going to win if you're going to be a hero all the time.
Now there's some contact on the play. David is down. Stoppage in play.
Which team is that? Sorry. Okay, thanks.
He was looking for the call.
What a long match this has been, but at least it's been very exciting.
So the Falcons, Menendez will put it back in play. He has been great this game as well. I know we've been talking about Provenzano, but on the defensive end, he has been fantastic in controlling the pace, the hustle.
The sense, his instincts have been put on display in this game, and Mendez has been killing it. He's shown why he's the player of the year.
Some contact over on the left side of the field, and ball awarded to the Falcons. They give that to Alberto off the throw-in. Again, immediately right out, another throw-in. Alberto, he's challenged. But the Falcons not letting up on this Niagara defense. They continue to hustle for every ball.
And that's the first half.
And that is the first half. 1-0. The goal came from number 10, Cedric Nguisen. After that blunder, missing the empty netter. He has made up and put this Fanshawe Falcons team up 1-0 going into the last 15 minutes of this extra time. Can the Knights get this done in the second half? That is the big question. Their keeper, Jordan Provenzano, has been fantastic, but this Knights team, which has been on the defense all game long, has to go on the offensive if they hope to stay in this game.
You got that right. Niagara hasn't been able to get away from playing on their heels. Fanshaw's basically has the Knights eating out of their hand.
The Knights talking it over middle field. And the Falcons take the field as well.
All right, well, Fanshaw's, I think they're sitting pretty now. They got that one, they got the monkey off their back to make up for all the missed opportunities. And I think that they realize all they need is one. And they're not worried. That's all they need. It's not like, I don't think they're worried about Niagara trying to make a comeback here.
Not at all. If they play the game they have been playing, not even playing conservative, but staying aggressive, they will have this game in their minds. Niagara, they have to do something. You can see that win definitely still a factor in this game. And Niagara now playing against it. So their back's against the wall more than ever.
Well, now that they switched sides, Jordan Provenzano will be dealing with the win situation from the first half, but I think he did way better on the other end. He did way better on the other end where he just came from. So hopefully that doesn't become an issue for him to diminish the performance that he's had today.
He's had a fantastic performance. It would be a shame if his season had to end here.
Well, they still have one more game today, but it's double knockout. If you lose another one, then it's done. And you don't want to give your keeper, who played so well for you today, a loss today, but that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Now the Falcons pressing the Knights in their own end. Alberto. He feeds it to Yasmin in the corner.
No pressure from Niagara. None whatsoever.
No sense of urgency either.
Nope.
Alberto. Fantastic ball movement from the Falcons. Missed pass right there from number 7, Mansoud. Excuse me, that was number 17, David Harim Duke, with the excessive force on the pass. And now Jordan will clear the ball. The Knights still down 1-0. Need to show a sense of urgency if they want to get back in this game. That's going to be played by Anderson. Off the back of the Knights player. Throw in for Brent Anderson.
Ooh, that was a tough one.
Contact on the play.
Lots of contact.
Keepers allow it to keep rolling.
Brendan Mendez has just been so solid. He's the reason why Niagara hasn't been able to get any shots on net for at least half an hour after that one shot that they've had. And just keeping them on their heels. It's the defense that keeps them away and that mentally keeps them out of the game, because it's almost like they think that they cannot score, so why even try?
So Daniel pressuring the defense, and they create a turnover. Now the Falcons cannot get the cross to Mike Marziaso in the center. Jordan with the fantastic save yet again. But number 11, Daniel Amera Romero, forcing the turnover in the Falcons' end. Just relentless effort on the parts of both the defense and offense for this Fanshawe Falcons team.
What a great angle. He was just, oh, that was just,
Fantastic save.
it was spectacular. Very spectacular save. He sacrificed his body. That's what you have to do. He's put the team on his back.
Now, cross in. And that ball going to be cleared out by number 21, Francesco Serbo of the Niagara Knights. And another throw-in. Alberto. This shot. And an easy save for Jordan. Relatively easy compared to the shots he's been keeping out throughout this game.
Yeah, it's child's play, that shot, compared to everything else he's seen all day.
Now Daniel, he handles that ball, but taken back by the Knights. Daniel pressuring. He takes it back. He's got Yasmin in front of him. He puts it up to Yasmin. He can't handle it. And Alberto, he winds up for the shot. And Jordan will scoop that up.
If you were really going to stop and slow down to set something up, I would have hoped to get a better outcome out of that than just shooting right at it, Provenzano.
Middle field. The Knights try to work their right on. Andy Hine. He gets it to the left side of the field. The cross in. The Knights with some room. Stopped by Gravette, and he's going to take that down the left side of the field. Knights throw in, but a possible scoring opportunity for the Knights ruined by that Falcons defense.
But they had it. They were just a step behind, which they've been showing all game. I just feel like they've taken themselves out of the match.
So Charlie Dose, and that ball shot up the field. Mike Marciosa chases that down, but Jordan will scoop it up. And back the other way come the Knights. Headed by Brent Anderson. Daniel.
It's amazing to watch how quickly Fanshawe will gain possession, retake it from Niagara. As soon as they get the ball, it doesn't last very long.
Fantastic passing. That ball into the corner for Mike. And he's going to take that. Mike works his way right side, beats his defender, tries to get the cross in. But Jordan going to slide that in.
Fearless, absolutely fearless.
And stop Mike in his tracks and throw that back out. Multiple scoring opportunities for Fanshawe in the last recent minutes. The exact opposite of what we were hoping to see from the Knights. That ball chased down. You can just see the urgency coming from this Falcons team. What we should be seeing from this Niagara team. Fantastic ball work from the Falcons inside the box. Daniel moving inside, and he's going to bury that left side. The Falcons take a 2-0 lead.
That's unfortunate. The Niagara's defenders didn't do anything for that. They just watched. They stood around and watched.
That is the nail in the coffin right there. Going back to that play where it all started on the right side of the field, you saw number 14, Charlie Dose. I mean, he just gave up.
Mm-hmm.
And
Look.
right there,
Everyone just standing around, not covering their man.
Andrew Curry didn't press the shot. Daniel Ameo Romero walked in there, fantastic move, and he put that in the back of the net. 2-0 Fanshawe. We still have time to go in this game, but it is looking very grim for this Niagara Knights team. Fanshawe up 2-0, and they are just pushing this team.
Luck only lasts so long, Connor.
When you have as many opportunities as the Falcons have this game, it's only a matter of time before a few of them go back in the net.
But they've stayed very composed. No, like they're very. You can tell as soon as they get the ball, they're very confident. They don't doubt themselves that they're going to get a goal at some point, and they proved it.
Especially in the box, they work the ball around so beautifully to find the best shot possible.
It's time. You have to be patient. You don't rush it. It's when you feel like there's people swarming you and you feel like you have to panic, they don't show that.
Substitution coming in for Mike Marciaso. Number 7, Mensoud Zaloom will be coming in.
Oh, you can just see Provenzano's body language isn't looking very good, but
He
I
has
just hope
played.
I just hope he knows how well he played today and how he kept his team in the match.
Provenzano gonna clear that.
There's our goal scorer to make it 2-0. That was a very good shot, but
It was.
to be honest, he didn't have a lot of pressure on him.
He made the one nice move to cut the seam in the defense, and it was just,
Then it fell apart from there.
it was free money. So the Knights trying to get it out of their own end, but even when they do, the Falcons regain possession. David moving it to Gravette, who gives it to Alberto.
Could it be 3-0?
Mensoud, he works that back to Gravette. Inside to Yasmin. Yasmin, he turns that over, but taken right back by Alberto. He's pushing that inside. He chips it in. Easy pickup for Jordan.
Oh, here comes a yellow.
And here comes another yellow. You can start to see frustration ensue on this Knights team.
They are definitely frustrated. They're frustrated with themselves. After that second goal from Daniel, you could just tell they had their palms up in the air just looking at each other like, why? But you can't think that way.
So Jordan going to clear that as best he can. But time winding down here. 2-0 Fanshawe Falcons. The winner of this game, as mentioned before, will move on to play the winner of the Fleming Humber match, which is coming up after this, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And the loser will go to play the loser of that exact same match. So at this point, it is looking very bleak for Niagara to possibly come back and win this game. Fanshawe Falcons in complete control of this game. And they're going to work that around their own end.
They're just in the business of killing time at this point.
6 minutes to go. Can't imagine there'll be too much extra time considering the score.
No, I'm sure the referees want to go somewhere warm.
Yes. So the Falcons are just going to try and get that out of their own end. Fantastic block by Daniel. It's going to force a throw-in. So the Knights, they're working the ball around middle field. Charlie Dose, he misplays that. Yasmin, he gets a touch on it. Back to Quinton Leon. Intercepted by Alberto. Chips it up. Jordan's going to come out and play that. And he's going to keep it away from Mensoud, who challenges. And the ball out in the field. Yasmin, he wins that challenge. Mensoud inside, he has it. Contact on the play.
That was a hold.
And there's going to be a whistle on that.
Fanshawe just wants to make it 3-0. They want to run the score up as much as possible.
Not letting up. And I guess their method of running the clock is to just keep pressing, keep pressing.
That's the mark of a very strong team. Is you don't stop until the whistle blows.
The final whistle goes. So, Chris Brady crosses that in. Andy Hine moves it up.
2-on-1. That's how
Jamal.
they've been doing it, outnumbering a knight with the ball.
Jamal Gaskin just outnumbered by that Falcons defense. The cross in. Another opportunity for the Falcons.
Oh,
It's saved by Charlie Dose. Put back.
way to bounce back. Oh my goodness gracious.
Jordan getting on his feet quickly and keeping that one outside to keep this game at 2-0. Jamal Gaskin moving up.
That wasn't easy. He was down. He got back up very, very quickly.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he's been keeping warm this game. Check that out. So he's back out. He gets right in position right away. Doesn't waste any time.
And he's right back up there. An opportunity stolen once again from this Falcons team. If only the Knights could generate a scoring opportunity. They have it in the Falcons zone right now. But they can't seem to get open.
What are you going to do?
So back over to midfield, and they're just going to try and cross it in. That's Andrew Curry. But Mendez heads it back out. Now there is a call on the play. Number 17, David Harim Duke. Got into a little contact with the Niagara player, and there will be a free kick coming in for Niagara.
They're not happy about that. I think they just want this match to be over.
Exactly. There's 3 minutes left in this extra time. Second half. Can't imagine there will be too much time on top of that considering the score. But the Knights going to capitalize on any opportunity they're given. So let's see if they can make good on this one. Free kick coming in.
At least break the shutout.
And here we go. Whistle goes. And the cross is in. That's blocked. But Jamal takes the shot, but that one is wide.
Tough angle. Too many people in front.
And it will be a clear goal kick for this Falcons team. Keeper for the Fanshawe Falcons, Luca Sirion. Hasn't really had to do much this game.
No, he can take it easy. Well, I'm sorry, he's been taking it easy.
Yeah.
And now he's just killing time. Or no, they're just getting water. And we have a substitution.
Substitution on the field. It looks like number 21 for the Fanshawe Falcons, Carmine Gentile will be coming in.
But Luca probably isn't complaining about this match. The less he has to do, the better. I mean, it's good defense on their end. They don't have to work as hard.
Time winding down. Almost at the 29-minute mark. Andy Hine. Alberto Barkin has just been named player of the game for the Fanshawe Falcons.
And that's no surprise. He's been the catalyst for so many attacks for the amount of possessions that Fanshawe has had. So he's been hustling all day.
Absolutely. Their team is up 2-0. He has been a hustler and big contact on that header right there. Number 21, Carmine Gentile, heading over the Niagara player. And that will be a call on the play. The Niagara Knights trying to move it in.
Oh, boy.
Another call. Time winding down. They are trying to get any opportunity they can, but they don't have much time left. This game is set and done. Free kick coming in. An all-around great performance from the Fanshawe Falcons as a unit. Coming in from, obviously, the player of the game, Alberto Barquin. Mike Marciano had a few shots. Obviously, our two goal scorers, Cedric Nguisen and Daniel Emeo Romero. An all-around good performance from this Fanshawe Falcons team. And, of course, a spectacular performance from Jordan Provenzano of this Niagara team.
But that's what's made them so strong, is because they're so balanced on defense and on offense. They have leaders in every unit.
Absolutely. Brandon Mendez, Player of the Year on the defensive end. Leading point scorer and goal scorer, Mike Marciano.
There she
On the
goes.
offensive end.
Thank you.
All right, so they're just clearing the ball. We have now approached the 30-minute mark. Time in the hands of the official.
So
We'll see how much extra time is given, but I can't imagine it be too much. 2-0. About 2 minutes of extra time. Fanshawe throw in. That will be Mendez. And he's going to give it up to Chris Brady. He throws that in. Yasmin working the ball. That's turned over. And Andrew Curry will clear that down the field.
there
And
we
that
go.
is the final whistle, ladies and gentlemen. Fanshawe has won 2-0. An overall dominant performance on their part.
It was. The score, it could have been so much more than 2-0. But Niagara had luck on their side, and Jordan Provenzano proved to be probably one of the top goalkeepers in the league, and he showed it today.
He showed it today. Hopefully he can show it tomorrow. Niagara will play the losers tomorrow of Fleming and Humber, which is coming up at 12:30 very shortly, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Fanshawe will move on to play the winner of that match tomorrow. Cedric Nguisen, Daniel Amea Romero, your 2 goal scorers. Player of the game, Alberto Barquin. An overall dominating performance from the Fanshawe Falcons. Congratulations. Jordan Provenzano, the goalkeeper for the Niagara Knights. A fantastic performance as well. And we will be back shortly for the Humber and Flemington match. Be sure to stay tuned for that, as well as the other 2 following throughout the course of the day here at the Men's OCAA Championship here at Centennial Field.
Oh, hold on. He's coming. He'll run down there like right now. Jake, we need you to go take player game pictures. Okay. Right away, they're waiting for you.
It's now time for the players of the game. First for the Niagara Knights. The starting goalkeeper, number 1, Jordan Provenzano. And for the Fanshawe Falcons, number 4, Alberto Barquin.
That was public address announcer Dwayne Bowles announcing the players of the game. No surprise, Alberto and Jordan, definitely number 1. Definitely stood out this match.
2 players that had the biggest impact on the team. You know, Alberto constantly pushing the ball, creating opportunities for his teammates. He played a big role in the second goal that Daniel scored. And I mean, what can we say about Jordan? I mean, this game could have been a lot worse for this Niagara team had it not been for Jordan.
Yep. He's the difference maker for the Knights, and hopefully the Knights can get a win for him in the effort that he put today, so that they keep their playoff hopes alive.
Absolutely, both the Humber Hawks and the Fleming Knights taking the field now. That game will be coming shortly. 2-0, your final score for this first game of the OCAA Championships. Andy Hine, Kimball Donier, leading goal scorers and point scorers for the Niagara Knights. Very quiet throughout this game. Is that a poor performance on their part, or just the overwhelming defense from this Fanshawe Falcons team?
Fanshawe overwhelmed them from the beginning. And just looking at it, Niagara, they were in the middle of the pack in the Central Division. They managed to get out and win in their crossovers. And they basically got here on the skin of their teeth to begin with, and Niagara Fanshawe earned their spot. So to be honest, it's not the outcome that people didn't expect. But let's check out some highlights from the game.
This is the first goal from Cedric coming in.
Great ball movement all game, and their transition was just too quick for Niagara to stop. Like the Falcons would run circles around them. Brandon Mendez on defense would foil just about every single Niagara attempt to score on net just by weaving in and out of players all by himself. And that's just what their game plan is. Quick, short passes, don't hold on to the ball very long, and send it as far up the field as you can.
Yeah, we see Danielle with a fantastic move, splitting the defense and putting the second on the board. You can see the frustration there on Jordan Provenzano's face.
That was an amazing stop right there. And the way he just stays with the ball, he stays with the play, and that's incredible. He's a never say die attitude that you can tell just by watching him play today.
Absolutely. 2-0, the final score. You saw the highlights there. As mentioned before, Alberto Barquin named player of the game for the Fanshawe Falcons, and Jordan Provenzano named the player of the game for the Niagara Knights. No surprise there. Humber and Fleming coming up in a second.
We'll see you next game. Next game is at 12:30, and we'll see you then.